Join me, Siphumelele Ndlovu, as we look back at the year 2023. Welcome to Oh What a Year It's Been. Yes, Sawbona, and welcome to yet another episode of Oh What a Year It's Been. My name is Siphumelele Ndlovu and I am your host. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode, whether you are listening, whether you are watching. I really appreciate it, and a special thank you to everybody who watched the first episode. Thank you so much for joining us again. So, today's question is, what is your biggest W this year? And we want to reflect on the biggest win you've had. And it doesn't have to be something financial or something tangible, but it can be some development within yourself or within your family. So that's what we'll be looking at today. Just a quick disclaimer before we start. I am not a trained therapist. And this program is just for discussion purposes only. Any advice or opinion given during this program is not a substitute for professional assistance. If you are facing any personal, family, or mental health situation, please do contact a trained professional. Free and affordable resources are in the description box below. So let's not even waste some time. Let's get into the very first story. My biggest win this year has to be me being the best wife and mother. I've put myself on the back burner just so that my boys and my husband can flourish. I put my studies aside so that my husband can complete his. He is 10 years older than me and he needs the qualification more, not only because he's the breadwinner, but because his mother forced him to drop out of varsity when he only had 3 modules left. Our firstborn is in grade 2 and he's killing it, getting level 7 every term for all of his subjects and winning the spelling bee all 4 terms. Our 21-month-old boy is also doing amazing and he doesn't even go to creche. A lot of people think he goes to a good creche, but it's all mommy. I'm so happy because my husband appreciates all that I do. Every time our son brings home a good report, he celebrates me. And every time he communicates with our 21-month-old, he celebrates me. It's not easy and it's not perfect, but we're pushing. That's so amazing. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on your sons and their development. I think that speaks a lot to the type of home that they have. So I can see why that's a win. I think that in the type of society that we're in, or in the type of world that we're living in, we don't really take the time to praise mothers who are mothers and wives and stay-at-home moms and wives, because we feel like that's easy or that's normal or that's expected of them. But it's such a great job, and you see it in the children's development and you see it in how their children are. The mere fact that your oldest son is thriving the way he is in school and that your youngest son is thriving the way he is and he's not even in school is a great testament to the type of home that you have created for them, where they don't have to worry about basic things like safety or food or whatever. They now have the time to thrive in whatever it is that they are doing. So congratulations to you. I don't want to lie to you. When you said that you put your studies on the back burner for your husband to do his, I was shook, because the type of society we live in right now, that's not something that happens often. And that's because you don't know someone's intentions. You know, there's that possibility you'll spend your life, or you'll spend years of your life putting yourself on the back burner just so that your partner can prosper, so that when he is good, you now have the time to do what you need to do to get yourself and your family where you need to be. It's amazing to see that you and your husband are creating the type of space where that can exist, where you guys can be there for each other in that way. I really do hope that he completes his studies and gives you the chance to complete your own studies, so that you can also be independent and you can also put a hand in creating the type of life that you want your children to live. Congratulations for building a thriving home. That's a really, really big W, and great things are surely to come from this. Thank you for sharing. So let's move on to the next one. It says, my biggest win has to be finding myself. Learning that things work out the way they're supposed to as long as I put in the work. I went through the most emotionally this year, and it's been tough, and it's still tough, but I found myself. I found my strength, and I love me so much. As long as I can have me, I can get through this turmoil, and it's going to be okay, no matter how long it takes. I cannot fail the girl I found this year. She's too powerful. That is too powerful. That is incredibly powerful, and I'm so happy for you. I think that I mentioned in the first episode that one of the things that happened for me this year was the fact that I came home to myself. Hold on to that sense of self. Hold on to that sense of self, because it will protect you from situations you're not supposed to be in, and it will help you align yourself with wherever it is that you're supposed to be, or whoever it is you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing with. And always trust your inner voice. Trust the inner voice that you have found this year. I think that it's going to get louder and louder as life goes on. But trust your voice, because she will never lead you astray. Congratulations on that. That is so beautiful, and all the best. Thank you for sharing. All right, the next one says, my biggest win this year is falling in love and getting pregnant. I didn't even know I wanted kids until I met this guy. I always knew that when I decide to retire and settle down after my many hoe phases and being stable in my finances, I'll be able to bring a child into this world. Never in my brightest days did I think it would happen so soon. I'm retired. I'm blessed abundantly that my finances aren't my biggest worry, and I'm happily in love. So this child's timing, wow. Not ingane enengane, but honestly, wow is the word. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy that things have happened for you the way that they've happened. So congratulations on your pregnancy and on your retirement. Congratulations on your retirement. You're literally living the life that you dreamed of, the life that you manifested, and I'm not sure about your faith, but possibly the life that you prayed for. God's timing is awesome. God's timing is awesome. I think we always say God's timing is hard because you have to wait and you wait. But you know what? When things happen for you, they just overflow because it's really your time. So congratulations on that. Now, I don't know how long this took to happen for you, and I don't even know if you believe, but for me, this is a confirmation of God's promise to fulfill his promise. Like, you dreamed of this life and you wished for this life and you wanted for this life, and it is the life that you're living. It's such a testament to God's faithfulness, and he is keeping his promise that he says, when you ask for it in my name, I, the Lord, will make it happen for you at the right time. At the right time. And can you see just how everything is happening for you? Not at a time that you wanted it to happen, not at a time that you thought it would happen, but at the right time. So congratulations to you. Your wishes are valid, your dreams are valid, and your dreams are real. I'm so happy for you to have gotten this win, and I hope life gets even more beautiful for you after this. Thank you so much for sharing. The next three are similar to each other, so I just grouped them together, but I'll read them all. So the first one says, I don't think I have a win. Yes, I'm still employed, but very much underpaid, kinda in debt, and overburdened by my responsibility. I still have friends and a partner, but that's not really a win, even though I'm very grateful. But my life hasn't moved forward, and I'm in the same place I was in last year, with less. The second one says, staying alive and not letting depression win. This year was incredibly difficult. And then the third one says, I don't have a win. I literally cannot think of one single good thing except that God replaced my sister with my niece. But I don't believe in reincarnation. Okay, so, first of all, I want to say that all three of these people's feelings are valid. Your feelings are totally valid, and it's valid for you to feel like that. And I'm so tempted to do the whole life could be worse, blah, blah, blah thing. And honestly, life could be worse. It really could be worse. But I feel like that invalidates your feelings in this experience to say that life could be worse, so just be happy. But like, you're valid in not being happy, and you're valid in feeling the way that it is that you're feeling about your current life experience. So maybe your win is simply making it to the next day. And maybe it's that simple. It's as simple as the fact that making it to the next day is your greatest win. I read a WhatsApp status, I think, that said, tomorrow will be a better day. That you need to keep saying, tomorrow will be a better day. And even if tomorrow is not a better day, you still say tomorrow will be a better day, because somewhere, somehow, there is a tomorrow that will be a better day, like your better day is coming. And I hope that soon. I hope your better day comes soon. But until then, I'll be keeping you in my thoughts and in my prayers. Life is about to get so beautiful and so much better. So keep on keeping on, and always remember that tomorrow will be better. Thank you so much for sharing. The next one says, giving birth to the most beautiful baby boy and buying my first car. Okay, I'm going to break the fourth wall here because I know who this person is, and it's so much bigger than what they're saying right now. So for the purposes of showing you guys that, I'm going to break the fourth wall and say that it has been a very incredible year for you, and there have been so many wins. I think that not only did you give birth to a beautiful baby boy, beautiful baby boy, but not only did you give birth to a beautiful baby boy, but you gave birth to a much better version of yourself, the way you carry yourself, the way you approach things, the way you are as a daughter, as a friend, as a partner. You have become like an even better version of the great person that you were, and I hope that you carry that going forward. And as you raise your son and as you grow as a mother, I really hope to see that growth in other aspects of your life as I have seen it. You're so much braver. And life is really so beautiful. And also, I think in addition to buying the car, because you bought the first car, but you had to really learn how to drive in a real life situation, and you had to get to a place where you grow comfortably as a driver, especially with the type of distance that you do drive sometimes. And I'm so proud of you, and I really do hope that it reiterates to you how capable you are and how many amazing things you can do when you put your mind to it. You are literally capable of everything you can imagine, and that for me is the win. That is the win, is the reiteration of your capabilities. You're so capable, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, I'm bringing back the fourth wall. All right, so there's two of them that I've bundled into one again, but these are the last two before I share my own. All right, so the first one says, I moved into my own space. And the second one is very similar to it. It says, moving out of home. I've dreamed of that moment for as long as I can remember. There's so many other moments that I felt like a big win, but this was my biggest win. Getting my space was top 2 and not 2. That's tremendous. So congratulations to you both on your new spaces. It's a wonderful achievement to be able to provide a roof over your head, like a basic human need. But more than that, I think it's really creating a space for yourself. It's really creating space for yourself in the world. You have a safe space. You have a space where you are in control. You have a space where you can express yourself. You have a space where you can just be yourself. And that is an amazing thing to be able to give to yourself. So congratulations to you. May this be the beginning of the future that you want for yourself. May this become the beginning of you getting closer to the you that you want to become. And I hope that you have the self-expression and the freedom to really grow into that. So well done, and thank you for sharing. Okay, I get it. Let me think. I guess it's my turn. I guess it's my turn to share my biggest win. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, I think one of my biggest wins was coming back home to myself. And with coming back home to myself came the power to fight my imposter syndrome. So I've been wanting to create a YouTube channel or to create this type of content for years now. And every time I've wanted to do that, the imposter syndrome won. It told me, my sister, you don't have a camera. I had a camera. There's a time where I had a camera and I saw my camera. And after that, it said, baby, you're so silly. Why did you sell that camera? Maybe you should have used it then. After it had told me not to use the camera because of what. It said you don't have lights, you don't have mics, no one's going to like this stuff, they're going to drag your grandmother's going to be cancelled, and even if none of that happens, it's going to suck. And in coming back to myself, I was able to disprove that, first of all, by actually doing it. But second of all, because I was at home with myself, I could hear my own voice, and she was getting a bit annoying. She kept, these things were burning me. And it was in the sound of my own voice saying, I can do it and I should do it. So that's really been my greatest win, coming back to myself and doing the things that I've always wanted to do. My greatest win this year has been finding my voice. I've never spoken up for myself as much as I have this year, and it's crazy to me. I remember I used to have very people pleasery tendencies. I had people pleaser tendencies, and right now it's gotten to a point where I can be firm in my no. I can say no to you, and even if you sulk, or even if you feel sad, or even if I feel bad, even if the people pleaser in me feels bad, I know my voice well enough to know when my no means no, and I can stand firm in that, and I can be okay in that. And it doesn't mean that I love you any less, or I don't want to be here for you any less. It just means that I'm going to put myself, I'm not going to please you to my detriment. And that's really been a game changer. That's been an incredible game changer for me, because I really was the type of person who would contort myself into painful positions just to bring joy to the people around me while I'm having none. So at this point, I'm really at a point where I'm pouring into my own cup, and I'm giving myself the type of life experience that I deserve. And that's a happy one. That's not one where I feel like my boundaries have been crossed or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Another thing that's been affirming is the response to conversations. I mean, I knew it was impactful when I made it, but the response that I've received is so affirming. And like I said in the previous episode, the response even to this is very affirming, that there are people who believe in me, and in them believing in me, it allows me to have the audacity to believe in myself. This year, my greatest win has been comfortable to start where I am, to have so much faith and belief in myself and my capabilities that I can start with what I have, because it's not about the quality or the what, which are all great. But the biggest thing here is what I have to say. And I had to learn to start with what I have, and what I have is something to say. What I have is something to contribute to this world. What I have is an iPhone and a couple of mics. So let's start where we are. And I learned to really believe in myself and back myself even when the numbers don't show it, and to really understand the fact that anyone who doesn't get it now will get it, but when they get it, I'll already be gone. I'll be so far gone, they're going to have to catch up. And I've seen the importance of trial and error, especially in a space like YouTube. I mean, I came into YouTube, I was doing vlogs, I was doing sit-downs, I was doing the stuff that girlies do on YouTube, which is really great and which is really fun. But through that type of trial and error, I really could get to a point where I was like, this is not why I'm here. This doesn't feel like why I'm here, and get me closer to finding the reason why I'm here. So yeah, that was really my greatest win, was coming back home to myself. I feel like myself. I'm so confident, and I'm so bold, and I'm so brave, and I'm so unwavering about where I want to be. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy to be in the space that I'm in, and I cannot wait to see what life has in store for me with this outlook and with this attitude. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode of Oh What a Year It's Been. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, God is good and life is still so beautiful. If you want to be part of future episodes, simply click the link in the description box below to participate.